Hi everybody, my name is Jacob Mack. I'm an arborist. I run PoorBoy TreeGuy LLC, and I'm here today to explain a little bit of who I am and how I run my operation inside the work zones. Let's start off by explaining a little bit who I am. I'm 31 years old. I'm new to the industry per se. I've been climbing for about 8 years, 2 on my own with PoorBoy. Loving every second of it. Big shout out to all the customers that had me hired in already. I love you guys, and honestly, I love helping the community. I love teaching about different techniques and, you know, damage is to the trees and what it could cause. So jumping right into it, grew up in the gutter, man. This is me. Obviously, I'm not your, regular clean cut businessman, but I do carry myself as a businessman. Yeah, I didn't have, much of a family, broken home. Thank God never got into drugs and alcohol. That probably would have ruined my life. Had a solid mind, always a great work ethic, honestly, and if I didn't learn the things that I know today, I still probably be at zero, ground zero. It is a struggle every day, either way. No support, no back, no major money. I work job to save and build on what I have now. Every dollar has been invested. As you can see, I got a pretty decent assortment of tools that I use on a normal basis. Let's get into that. First and foremost, I honestly see a bunch of these bigger companies. They don't wear hard hats, no chainsaw pants, no barely gloves on a normal basis, and I'm asking the homeowner why you want to see somebody like that on your job site. Now, if you go to a DOT or some higher company, you see all their workers in the PPE that is required to do the job. Now, they have all the right tools, the big equipment, yada yada, but they all start with PPE. So when I see these bigger industry tree guys on everybody's properties, I look and the first thing I see is no hard hat, no safety goggles, no chainsaw pants, barely gloves. They're just rocking out in a busted hat and jeans and regular attire that they usually wear every day. Now, PPE you can wear every day, but I feel as though that as a professional tree person in the industry, we should automatically invest in PPE, all the right safety gear, the Teflon pants, the Teflon gloves. Anything could happen at any moment. It's the most dangerous job in the world today. So for people to not take the safety precautions that a normal big company unit would take, it blows my mind. And then everybody keeps hiring these guys, like, just because they got the bucket truck or just because they got different things than just a one-man unit. Now, when I say one man, I say one climber and a couple ground guys. Now, my ground guys are the same as me. We have multiple helmets for everybody. They wear them no matter what. They want to see me come home safe. They want to come home safe. So that's the standard I set on each job site. Now, besides all that, as an arborist, I have many different tools and techniques that I use in a tree. Now, I could show you some things, and basically it's a lot, so hang on tight. Ready? Obviously, certified helmets, face masks, face shields. Gotta wear a helmet. Starting off with my spikes, we got the green geckos. I love them. Carbon fiber, super lightweight, pretty expensive, but definitely worth the dollar. I run with monkey beaver harness and back strap. That's a 5-point harness. The most comfortable harness I've ever worn. Much better than the standard 3-ring buckle around the legs. This supports your back, this supports your shoulders, and these support your legs. Now another thing that I don't see a lot of these big time climbers have is a handsaw. Now when you're up 60 feet and you're wrapped to a tree, sometimes using a chainsaw is not the smartest move. This is one of my most favorite tools used on a normal basis. I can reach out, get smaller limbs, I can get limbs close to my ropes. You will die if you fall. Favorite tool. Alright, obviously we got the steel cord lanyards. I got 2 of them. I like to keep an extra, one for pine trees usually because it all gets sapped up, and one for, you know, normal stuff. The steel core allows last resort. If I do hit this with a saw, the steel cable on the inside will save my life. Next, I got a couple different flip lines that I like to make personally. Besides the steel core, I'll use a friction hitch with a pulley system as my secondary, or if you would, my third lanyard. I don't wear both of them, but these are 2 that I've made, and honestly, I like making them. I like doing knots. I know more knots than just your standard running bowline that most only know. Now I run SRT and DRT, which means that I'm not connected to a tree all the time. These are 2 of my systems. This is what's called a friction hitch, and this is called the Rope Runner Pro. Both pretty, this one's pretty expensive. I mean, it goes for about $400 bucks, but this is about the same once you build it. Both very good to use in the tree, very smooth. I enjoy using both of them. I really can't tell which one's my favorite. I actually use the friction hitch more only because I like the way it looks. I like the knot aspect over the mechanical, but I did start off with the Rope Runner Pro, which is absolutely smooth. It runs right up and down a tree. It stays right to my chest. Honestly, this is what sets us apart. I got different rigs and stuff. Obviously, porta wrap. Groundsman has to know how to use this, or it's useless, pretty much. This creates friction with the rope for, you know, dropping and rigging down tops of trees and bigger branches. It allows 2-finger braking power, so we can drop big stuff with this, and feels like pretty much no weight at the end of it. These are rings that I use for redirect and rigging. I use them, you know, pretty often. I enjoy using them only because it gives me a great redirect. So if I'm up the center of a tree and I want to go out a little bit further on the limb, I could set one of these on a solid notch and drop the limb more directly to the ground, and without allowing it to swing and maybe hit, you know, wires, or, you know, brush anything in the yard, any porches, any roofs, gutters get ripped off. So we like to, you know, stay safe and keep redirects on hand. along with the redirects, the block. These are the heavy duty blocks. These I use on a normal basis. I'll bring this up the tree with me every time, pretty much every time if I feel it's necessary. This is what I do first. I go up and I set all my rigs, my ropes. This is one of the rigs that needs to be set. Now I could put the rope through this, run it back down to the ground, and honestly work off this all day long. Probably one of the strongest ones on the market. They're about 250 bucks a piece, plus the rope. Ropes are all separate, but this will keep all the branches safe coming down. Very smooth, runs very nice. Now along with these, I run either a friction hitch for the SRT and the DRT setup, but I just recently switched to the smaller block. Now the smaller block allows me to run the same friction hitch but on a pulley system. Now the pulley is smooth. It just allows me to drop and descend and ascend very smoothly. This one actually has some sap on it. It's got a pine tree suck, but these are friction hitches. It saves your rope. You don't have to tie into a crutch and keep rubbing your rope on top of a branch. It just wears out the rope, you know, and it creates friction on that rope, so it slows you down. These great buys, and essential for tree climbers. Obviously, the ropes. We got little orange one. Drop that down to my guys. They can redirect lines of tree branches and stuff from the tip. If I have to have them pull it away from something, I'll drop that one down first. This one I use mostly for rigging. Also with the green one, I use it all for rigging. The standard bull rope that, you know, most guys carry pulling trees over, man. This green one here I use for my zip line, which is another very important tool that I use. Zip line, one of my favorite tools in the tree. Now I can send as many of the carabiners as I have. I could send each branch over the yard, over the fence, over another set of trees, over the bushes, right to a drop zone at a safe distance. It also creates a redirect, so I could tie one of these up near me, redirect it a different way, redirect the rigging rope a different way than its natural position, and then lower things down safely. Love this shit. This is the throw bag. Opens up to a rope on the inside, has a weight on it. I throw it up, get a notch at the top of the tree. I could then set my SRT and or set a pull line if I needed to. I love using this too. Takes a while to get, you know, good at. I'm not a first shot all the time. It takes some serious aim and some serious practice to get really good with these, but it comes in a lot of handy. I use it every day. Let's see what else we got. Obviously, you see in the back the echoes. I run echoes because it's a professional grade saw. I don't need a steel. I don't need to look like that, you know, group of guys out in the woods just because, you know, steel is the hugest name out there. I don't need to look like and use the same stuff. They're just as powerful. That's a 14-inch bar and chain on the left or right side. I can't really tell. Right side, I guess you would. And the left side would be my 16-inch bar and chain. They're both the 30, I think, hold on, 355T. I had some Husqvarnas, so I was kind of confused, but that's a 355 top handle. I love it. They're great saws. I probably wouldn't, change it unless it was a Husqvarna 540 I. That's another great saw. But the steels are, professional grade also. So you see a lot of them guys using the steel saws, and I respect it. I just don't use them. The one thing I do use steel, where is she? Is my leaf blower. I love that steel leaf blower, and everybody should have one. If you don't see them have it, are they really felon material? I use this on a normal basis. Helps me get the face cut notches out safely. Helps me put in wedges if I need to. This is just an excellent tool that most guys should have. Along with, I don't know how many wedges. I got wedges for in the trees. I got wedges for on the ground. 3011 tools, files, the whole 9 yards. I don't know how many guys be cutting with dull chains. You could tell as soon as they get into the wood with the chainsaw that it's dull. I usually buy new chains right out the gate because why not? The price of the tree is, very well above average for, a normal job. So when I bid a tree at a normal rate, very competitive with these bigger companies, I buy a new chain. They're $30, $25 for a climber. I mean, I don't mind spending that extra money to make sure my saws are as sharp as possible. Now, mind you, I will sharp chains. I will sit and sharpen my big saw. Take me a half hour sometimes. Sharpening it down. Not a half hour, about 15 minutes. But you get the idea. Trying to use, the tools that it takes to be a good tree guy. Don't need all that big machinery. It's easy to load wood, yeah, sure. But as a small unit coming up in this game right now, I take pride in what I do, and like I said, first and foremost is safety. Arborist pants, chainsaw pants, fully Teflon. Now supposedly it stops the chain. I didn't run a chain across my leg to test it, but I believe it. They're expensive, $400. You can't be light with your life. I just don't understand how, hopefully they come home safe, but I don't understand how they're getting most of this business when they don't even have the essentials. Come on, man, gotta be safe. Other than that, I love what I do, and I cannot wait to meet every one of you. Like I said, I'm hungry. I'm smart about what I do. Every cut is precise and accounted for. That chainsaw is not running on a normal basis, I'll tell you that. My guys, we all have words that we use, command words. If somebody's below me, they use words to let me know that if I'm not looking, I know there's a guy below me. Or if I'm about to drop something from the top of the tree, I have command words that will, let people know time to get out of the way. Other than that, I'm really excited to continue in this career. My name's Jacob, PoorBoy TreeGuy LLC, and I'll see you soon.